What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast from either side of Mississippi. Episode 17. 17. How are we doing today, fellas? Wellness check?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
Zoo, talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm doing great. Aaron Rodgers did not leave us.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Holding on.
Congratulations. He's still there for now. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how this season goes.
It's been it's weird. It's been a quietly eventful week for us, fellas.
Yeah, it always seems to be like that.
It's like we was like, dang, it's gonna be a trash week. Like the last 3 days, it was like bam, bam,
it was
bam.
Action.
Everybody waits for the weekend, man.
Yeah, we got some stuff for y'all. So, fellas, the tweet of the week, which is gonna lead into our first topic of the day. This young lady says, imagine you on a date and your old joint comes in to pay for the bill. My new nigga better know how to fight. I want to know you guys' opinion on the topic, and then we will introduce why we are even talking about this to begin with, Fire Nation. Just stay tuned.
First of all, she definitely got it from that show. She definitely heard it.
Oh,
first.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then she was like, oh, this would be a crazy
viral tweet.
Yeah,
I found it, so it did something right.
Yeah.
So what is your opinion on the tweet leading into the topic, G baby? Because I know you have some feelings about it.
You shouldn't be paying for my dinner unless you are like a celebrity that, it's agreed upon, like, oh, fuck, I ran into Michael Jordan, he's going to pay for my meal. Or it's like an individual of some higher standard. Ain't no regular nigga just finna go pay for my dinner. Because that insinuates that now I owe you something, and I don't owe you shit. Like, I'll whoop your ass and then give you your money back and then pay the check. I'll pay that check twice if I got to. Plus to give you that ass whooping. You not just off the principle. Like, no, you're not finna do that.
Okay.
Because now you look mad pusillanimous. You know what I'm saying?
Very on the Punani.
Yeah, you looking very on that car ride home. Like, oh, shit, I can just call him. He'll give me a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, you leave yourself open.
Is he going to pay for our Uber, too?
That goes back to my other rant on the podcast. Don't put niggas in them situations. Just don't do it.
That's true.
Zoo?
Because, if someone's showing up, that's wild at first place.
That's wild.
If you're just showing up and paying for my meal and her meal, that's disrespectful, one, because that's a date. But two, it's like, if he's there present, even if we don't fight, there's going to be arguing going on. Mm-hmm. But, that shit cannot fly. And, like he said right now, she knows who her ex is. Because I've dealt with, like, chicks that, like, their ex is, like, nutty. So I'm like, all right, but like they know.
You just seek chaos in your life.
No, I know. It just happens to come in my life.
He be looking for the chaos emeralds. You be out there on the hunt.
Because I've had girls be like, oh no, we can't be over here because my ex resides over here, or
his whole family runs this specific block.
He frequents over here, so it's like,
cool.
And it's like, all right, this is a lot of extracurricular activity just to go out with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of. Extra
and you're not,
steps.
You're not Zendaya or Beyonce for me to be out here risking my life.
Let that pain go. Let it go.
Honestly.
So you guys are both saying no.
Yeah, no, you can't do. Like I said, Michael Jordan. Like if you like, sometimes when he's in his steakhouse, like sometimes he'll cover everybody's bill in the steakhouse. And I'm like, that's classy. You do that. Yeah. Or if, just like I say, if it's a nigga, it's Denzel Washington. Oh, don't worry about your bill. I got you. Yeah, that's different.
That's like a celebrity. Like Chad Ochocinco does that. I just saw a tweet literally yesterday
tipped like crazy.
He tips people just because he likes tipping people.
He's like, I had a good nap today. Like,
Shaq bought that dude's engagement ring. Like, you can't get mad at that. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't like her ex be like, I gave you $20,000 for her ring. Yeah. You can't do that.
Now you found out she used to date Shaq.
That's different.
Now it's different. Now I'm mad.
Mm-hmm. But then, like, if Shaq comes in there while you struggling to buy a ring, he just buys it. You can't get mad at that. Yeah. No, like, that's fair.
Or even if it's a random dude and he's like, I'm buying everybody's drinks on this side of the restaurant. It's like, all right, he bought everyone. He didn't single me out or my girl out because he like found her attractive and shit. Mm-hmm. So it was wild.
And then that's just mad corny going into is this about the guy Maul from the Joe Budden podcast?
From the new Rory and
Maul. From the new Rory and Maul trash cast.
Wow. I enjoy said podcast.
Sheesh.
No, I've only heard the one episode, but no, he paid for one of his old joints that it didn't work out. He paid for their dinner. And he's known, if anybody knows him in the podcast world, he's Mr. Too Cool for School. He don't trick. He don't do nothing like that.
But is that a form of tricking?
Hold on.
That is a form of tricking.
For those who aren't completely sure what we're talking about,
it ain't tricking when you got it.
Here's the clip.
Girl that I dated, just strictly dated, wasn't a girlfriend. We went out a couple of times. And she was at a restaurant that I had introduced her to. And she was like, yeah, I'm with this new guy I'm seeing, like, you know, the place is still amazing. Thank you for putting me on. It was like that cool thing. I did this fly shit. I called and picked up the check.
All right.
We do not own the rights to that video.
No, not at all. Not at all. Which is why we didn't
to-
put the video, just the audio.
To shoot him some bail, she did hit him up first. Like, why are you gonna hit me up? One, you're going on a date, and then two, be like, oh, I'm taking him to the place you used to take me. So now I could shoot him some bail where he maybe wanted to be petty back and be like, all right, you're gonna like try to make me feel jealous or some way. All right,
I think y'all thinking way too deep
that's
into
corny.
it.
That's corny.
I think y'all looking entirely too deep into it. I honestly believe, because people have dated and just like, oh, it ain't really for us to date, but we cool.
Yeah.
And she let him know, hey, this spot still fly, appreciate you. I personally, I'm not going to be blocking guys' blessings. The nigga decides to pay for my food. Okay. Yeah. I'm still going home with the girl. So at the end of the day, me personally,
but
it
is
doesn't
that truly
matter.
your girl then?
Yes.
No, you can't.
I'm
You
not
can't leave
turning
that
down-
restaurant.
Yeah,
You
why?
can't leave that restaurant
'Cause,
feeling like that's okay. That's still my girl.
I
If this
just-
nigga got this much access to her, still.
well,
Not access to her, access to the restaurant.
well, his
She hit, like you just said,
oh,
she
go
hit him up. So I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
you a lot of times going into relationships, you usually are somewhat aware of who your partner has dated. So if you know that she may have dated somebody of some type of status, and it's so and so wishing you well, doing this, that, and third, decide to pay. I'm not finna be where that nigga at. Let me talk.
No, then send
Free food.
Send her money for the night.
No, what
That's what you do.
What his
Why?
bail?
That's worse than paying for the food.
No, just be like, yo, that's place, blah blah blah. I'll send you a couple dollars
Is that
just
not
in case.
worse than just paying for
Just
the food?
in case.
Yeah.
But then,
That's
but no, I'm speaking.
That's worse
I'm
than paying
speaking-
for the
It's a
food.
little
But I'm speaking on behalf of the man on the date.
Because at this point,
Because then it's
you
like
pay
you
for
got-
both. If you're just giving her money,
That's what I'm
wild.
saying. Like,
That's
you
why
pay
it's like
for-
that. Just do that. If you're gonna be corny, do that.
Nah,
I don't think that's being
that's
corny.
extra. Because at that
That's
point,
extra. You
if-
just-
But it's
if
we
you're-
can't
went
pretend
out-
like this ain't
because if
simping.
you
nigga.
You went out your. I don't.
Yeah.
You went out your way to do that too.
If you're
No,
giving
but I'm
her
saying
the money,
to pay for two parties instead of
Yeah.
I'm sending you personally $500.
Because now at that point,
That's
you're paying
worse.
For her, and two, it's like, oh, he can't afford to pay this. So take. It's like when your parents are like, here you go, so you can pay for her and you or whatever.
Like, just say that bill was like $300.
Okay.
So, Maul, it looks, I'm not saying both ways is corny, but it's like, it looks like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It didn't work out with us,
Yeah.
but look at what you missing. Like, this
Yeah.
nigga might not even be able to cover the bill. You don't know.
I
He
don't
might be
even-
going in there.
I don't see it like
Can I
that.
finish?
Go ahead, go ahead.
25 years on this earth, I ain't never been able to get one statement out on this podcast.
All right, I'll go next after you.
Go ahead. Oh, now we gotta do it.
yeah, bro, we gotta go.
Go ahead.
Damn, I done forgot my idea and
You
everything.
were talking about basically dang, I lost
Because
it.
it's like, okay, because then it's like you're assuming like this dude might come in here and he might be expecting you to pay half. Like, I'm just looking out for you off rip. So if this nigga you on a date with mad corny, you can bam, boss lady, pay the bill, get up out of there. You don't gotta wait on this nigga. That's looks better and telling that story better than I just paid for both their meals.
So
like,
his
cause now the
bail-
like you took care of the nigga too.
Yeah, I mean, his
he
bail
getting buns
to-
on behalf of you, so that make you look mad corny, and it make the dude look mad
that's
corny,
fly.
and ain't
Yeah.
nobody gonna get buns.
That's fly. That's what he
what's
just
crazy.
said. He said that's fly.
That's not fly.
His bail was saying what he said was how the other dude could have gotten out of it was being like, all right, the bill was $300, like you said, and the mall already paid for it. The guy already paid for it. Now I'm gonna be like, all right, well, I'm leaving a $300 tip, type thing to make it be like, all right, I'm no sucker. I got this shit covered.
I'm no sucker.
So regardless, I still got the shit covered.
I ain't no jive turkey.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what when he said, he was like, he could have just done that and it would have been cool. Like, all right, I still got that money to pay for it. Now just give it to the waitress or waiter.
But now you putting this unnecessary pressure on a nigga you don't know because you still harping over a girl that don't want to be with you.
Facts.
I don't read it that I let you guys talk. I appreciate you guys' input. So I don't want to continuously cut y'all off. So I apologize.
Nah, you're good.
But the way I saw it, I don't see it as, oh yeah, let me go ahead and show her what she missing. I genuinely saw it. I think there are just good people in the world.
Mom's not that person though.
You don't know that. That's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to glass half full type of situation. I think that was just him just trying to be nice, like you said, or like he said. This is somebody that they dated. We ain't really cool. We ain't really dating material, but we can be cool. She went out the way to hit him up. Hey, this spot is still fly. Maybe she took the nigga out. Who knows?
Maybe she was just like, yo, thank you for showing me this spot.
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
tonight.
I don't see it as
Because Maul's the type that, damn, you show a bitch a spot and it blah blah. You see what I'm saying? So she was like, already know. I know how this nigga is. Yeah, we can read both. We can read. Sometimes
there's multiple ways to look into it if you really want to. But I honestly think at surface level, it was just him deciding to pay for.
It's like the chick that shows the new guy the music that you put her on to.
Yeah.
The same thing.
I mean, what, the nigga is not allowed to listen to music?
Not the same one I was listening to.
Not while I'm feeling this.
You picked the clean version of that album.
Because then it just looks mad corny. Because it's like, bro, what did you gain from that?
I don't think he was looking to gain anything, though. That's what I'm saying.
But now what? Now she's going to hit you up every time you go to that spot?
No, I think it was like a one-off thing. Like, you let it go. Like, and it is what it is. It was just you being nice, and it is what it is. As the other guy, I'm like, shoot, shout out that nigga. Nah, I don't got to pay.
You're not feeling like that.
I am, because I said it to go home with the girl. At the end of the day,
then what do you say?
I don't think it's a I personally, I don't be competing with people when it comes to relationships. My thing is,
it's just supposed
she's
to
with
be
me for a reason.
It's supposed to be you and her.
Okay.
That's all the extent of a date.
Me and her, and this nigga paid for it. Shout out to him.
Now it's crazy, because now how does she look at you? 'Cause she, like that chick said, my guy better be ready to fight. Like, what if the girl's like, oh, this dude didn't do anything about it? Now you're the bad, because one, I just want to go on a date with you, and now some other dude put their 2 cents in, and now I'm competing with you, and then now if I overreact, I'm like insecure.
You're jealous.
If I underreact, oh, he doesn't care about me. So it's like
he's not gonna fight for me.
Just because someone
don't put me in this situation.
Okay, let me say this then. I can speak for me and mine.
Yeah.
Although I think all of her boyfriends before me were trash.
Oh, shots fired!
If
the
y'all
big
heard
Draco.
if Flex hit the glue, hit the bombs.
If one of my girl's exes found out we was out somehow and decided to pay, shout out that nigga, the Mexican. Shout out him, because it's like you didn't have to do that, but you decided
shout out that
to.
beaner.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that either.
I didn't say that.
I said I can say it.
So it's like, all right, shout out him, whatever, cool. But I'm still with her. I'm not gonna feel no which way about it. Yeah. Okay. Free food. Now we get to do whatever else we was gonna do.
But that's you and yours, and I can't speak on somebody else. But that's kind of.
I mean, yeah, the masses feel like that was corny. Well, I shouldn't say the masses, because I've seen half and half. But I've seen some people say it was gangster. I've seen some people say it was corny. I've seen some people say, oh, the dude that she was out with is a simp, something, whatever else.
This is definitely something I do if I was being petty.
No, you petty.
This is petty.
You're petty though.
But no,
that's
why you do it. When Maul gonna hang out with this girl again?
He's not.
Exactly. So why you being petty?
That's being nice.
Because that's something I was
It's being nice. You move.
If my ex,
after I heard this, I was like, thank you, Mom.
I'm
adding this shit.
Yeah, because you a terrible individual.
I'm gonna hit up one of my exes, and if one of my exes hit me up and be like, "Oh, well, how'd you used to get your sandwich made at Subway?" And I tell her this, and then I see her nigga with my sandwich, or I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna just buy y'all both the sandwich." It looks away.
It do if you mean it to be that way.
Because then now you leaving the door open to reach back out to her for one more chance.
I don't think so.
You leave that door open.
They broke up or they fell apart for a reason.
She told them they were just friends, and you don't stop talking to your friends. You don't stop talking to your women friends.
Yes,
but she's not looking at Maul that way. You're still trying to smash.
I don't know if Maul. He says he's not.
Or if I can't,
all I can do is take him at his word.
Maul's a cool guy.
All I can do is take him at his word. He says that he's not trying to smash, and unless I'm starting.
So I'm gonna interfere with this guy smashing.
Not necessarily.
Because if she asked that question, how much you tipping? If it ain't matching the bill,
it's none of her business how much I'm tipping. As long as I'm tipping.
No, you opening problems.
I don't think so. I personally don't think it's that deep.
At a restaurant, but it's like the equivalent if you go out like on a group setting, like a party, and you get some drinks, and the dude's like trying to pay like for his girl, and you're like, oh no, bro, I got y'all covered, or I got her covered.
Like as a
it's
group,
the same thing.
Like so, if like one person.
No, but like let's say I'm paying. Okay. Everyone's paying for their own shit.
Yeah.
And then I see her and him, and I'm like, oh no, I got y'all. Now I'm singling them out.
That's disrespectful.
You know?
It's like, what's the track?
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know this dude, and he probably don't know my girl. Or now he's got a reason to talk to her. Or she at least owed me a thank you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just a very optimistic person, I guess. I just assume that he did it for just to be nice, because like you said, like he said.
Now the girl's like,
all I can do is go off.
You're so sweet.
Well, yeah.
Now you're like, oh,
if you really want to think like that, then sure. But the way I see it
is, it's where everybody's mind went.
All I can do is take him at his word. He said it was just a nice gesture. That's all I can do. Now, I'm probably never gonna be in that situation because, like I said, all her ex-boyfriends were trash.
Yeah.
So
they ain't got their bread up to pay for it in the first place.
They're not like that. So, but all jokes aside, like I probably would never be in that situation. But if I was, I don't think I'd be like, oh no. And then it's like it was a phone in. You did it. So it's like I'm not gonna find where this nigga live to go do all of this.
He went. Oh, who do I know at this restaurant? Scrolling through the contacts, dialed it, waited for them to pick up. Hold on, we busy. Can you hold? Yup. Wait, oh yeah, I got such and such coming through. Yo, whatever they got on me, and send a bottle to such and such. That's corny.
Put courtesy.
If you look,
yeah, this small.
Way,
who?
Sure. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like I said, I didn't think too deep into it.
The other closest comparison would be like when you're walking down the street with your girl and she gets catcalled like out of a car or like some group of dudes walking. At that point, I'm not reacting.
Yeah, you can't be Bruce Lee.
Because I'm not fighting just random people on the street who think my girl's bad. If anything, that's a compliment to you.
Yeah.
Right.
But at this point, like you're paying for a whole meal. It's not just compliments.
A whole night out. Yeah. I can understand the people who would feel a certain way about it. This isn't me saying, oh, y'all overreacting. It's like, no, I completely understand the mindset. Me personally, I don't think I would trip too much, but I can understand people like, no, that's not happening. I respect that. I understand people who feel that way. Fire Nation, let us know what y'all think. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think I'm going to try to take what he's saying at face value, that he was just doing it to be nice. But I can see where it was like, oh, hey, you remember, I can, without a second thought, just drop whatever. I can see that. I can see that argument for sure.
It's different when you just like, oh, like in the restaurant or something, you're like, oh, just you'll pay for the person behind me or some shit like that. That's different. That's being an act of kindness, because it could be whoever the fuck it wants to be back there. Oh, thank you so much. Even if it's a boyfriend and a girlfriend, that's still some hey. He just got me got us a slice of pizza. But when you're like on
actively
a date,
on a night out,
that's what I'm saying. Like this shit was already prepared before you go. I can walk into McDonald's and be like, oh, let me get hers and mine. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. Or if somebody's fumbling with their money or some shit, like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? That's an act of kindness. You don't, you go into this place, let me see if I can pull some strings there. No, that's corny as fuck.
You're calling, you're waiting.
That's super corny.
Man, hey, to each his own.
And like, they're not like huge celebrities, so like he's giving a description to the waiter or the manager.
Oh yeah, it's such and such. I'm gonna send you your ID. She coming in tonight. Whatever she wants, she got.
Yeah, fair enough. I respect
That's kind of corny.
What else do we got on the docket that we are selling for how much, my friend?
Today I random number generated. I asked my mom to just throw me out a random number, and she said 7,000 even.
Damn.
Shout out to Mama.
So shout out Mom, trying to get us paid out.
7,000 even. Don't worry about it.
My mom's a good person. Buy it for
her, or you hate mothers. we can talk about mothers again. Father's Day is past. What else we got?
We kind of got a decent amount, but we'll go to Scottie Trippin.
Okay. All right. So for those who listen to our sports episode, we actually kind of introed the topic. Basically, Scottie started going off on KD, saying KD wasn't a closer. KD's not as good as LeBron, yada, yada, yada.
This is not a sports episode.
No, it's not. Right. But it's a lot of stuff going on in modern day news.
Right.
So KD lit him up and was like, ain't you the same dude who was crying that he wasn't picked to shoot the ball over Tony Kukoc in the last seconds against Indiana? You sat out and pouted. And so that kind of like evened out. They was, he got you, and kind of left it alone. Then all of a sudden,
Scottie kept talking.
Scottie got on, I think it's Dan Patrick, I think is his name. And
a radio show.
They asked him about that moment. What about the moment when Tony Kukoc had to take the shot? He was like, I felt it was racially motivated. Yeah. And so the dude was like, wait a minute. You're saying you think Phil Jackson was racist in that moment? He was like, absolutely.
The hippie Zen. Phil Jackson,
the Zen master,
super liberal,
the one who was able to get Dennis Rodman to come to the team.
He's the only person in the universe that thought that was a racially motivated move.
Literally,
the guy who's burning sage in the fucking locker room.
But that's the racist man. So, and this isn't even the only thing, but we're gonna speak on this specific topic right now.
But Phil Jackson, for you, the listeners who don't know, ladies, not trying to single y'all out, is arguably one of the best coaches of all time. He's coached Michael Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Scottie, and all them. He's not racist. I don't know. I don't know what he does at home, but he never came off as racist.
He's never come off as racist to anybody.
No one said it.
Nobody has ever said.
I feel like the last person who would take racism is Shaq. Yeah, I'm sure he would have called him out.
And just so we can modernize it, Scottie Pippen has been through a lot of shit. Y'all have known the name Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
More so associated.
You know Laura Pippen.
Larsa Pippen. Future.
You know that song Future, Gucci Flip Flops? That
was about Scottie's wife.
So, a whole bunch of situations, but let's dive into it. Phil Jackson is racist, fellas?
No, he can't be racist.
So is it just he's been smoking some new weed
He
or
got
something?
it's a rollout. He's got a
for
book,
that book.
and he's selling that rum that he's obviously been hitting too hard.
Really?
Because that nigga is drunk to be thinking.
But my thing is, why go against the person who got you where you're at, respectfully?
Because he's trying to sell a book.
But to that extent, though?
He ain't said nothing about Mike. Mike done probably read that book 3 times and had a
proofread
lawyer
it.
look through it before you was able to say anything about me.
He said Mike was selfish.
Hey,
I mean,
everybody knew
Everybody said Mike was
said
selfish.
he was
Mike
selfish.
said it in his documentary that he was
I couldn't
selfish.
trust nobody else. He said it. I started winning when I started trusting my teammates.
Yeah.
Like, that's selfish.
That was selfish. He was
That's
selfish
super
for 7 years. Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
it's one of those things where it's like he's not. Well, I guess besides Phil Jackson being racist, he ain't telling us nothing we didn't already know.
Facts.
But it's like you said, Shaq of all people would have called out if Phil Jackson was racist. As a matter of fact, speaking of other Hall of Famers, Scottie semi getting into it with Shaq and Chuck as well.
Oh, yeah,
because Chuck, he gets on TNT and makes jokes about beating people up
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
talk shit.
And then Scottie was like, "Well, Chuck ain't never win against no black brother. He always talking about beating up white boys. He only time he fought against black people was when referees was in the way."
Yeah.
And Chuck was like, "Nigga, we 60 years old. We're not like starting a beef with you.
Facts.
What is going on now?" Like I said, like you said, with the rollout, and I get it, but it's like, bro, you 60. You not a boxer or something.
Yeah.
You don't got to be controversial to sell your book. You a Hall of Famer.
Facts.
The book is gonna sell on its own.
Yeah.
You
based
feel me?
off
Like,
name
come
alone.
on. Your name is Scottie Pippen.
Like, oh, I want that. Not even the book, so much the drink. Like, oh, I want that Scottie Pippen. Like, Diddy literally sells the shit out of, like,
Just
Ciroc
because his
is
name
Diddy.
is attached to it.
Like,
50 Cent was effing vodka. People were drinking vodka because of fucking 50 Cent.
come on, man. Like you,
So-
there's no reason to get to stoop to this level to
Yeah.
sell a book, in my opinion. Unless your projections for that book was just in the ground.
And then hopping back in the DeLorean, we talked about how Scottie Pippen's been making some very questionable lifestyle choices.
Yes.
Like, you have to, like I say, from a professional shit talker, before you talk shit, you have to make sure that you're impeccable. You have an impeccable
crystal
record.
clean, yeah.
Like, bro, niggas are still harping on that Future and your wife stuff. And she
Yeah.
still got your last name,
Yeah.
messing with a 19-year-old or 20,
Yeah.
however old he is, in the league. Like, bro, you need to not say nothing else.
Facts.
He
Like,
lucky
you-
KD
like,
didn't
you-
address that.
like, you need
And
to
that's why I
stop.
feel like he's going through like a kind of a mini midlife crisis
Yeah.
because you know like he has the twist.
got dreads now.
He's wearing like he wears
Baggy
younger
clothes,
clothes.
yeah.
Like he's trying to dress like his son probably almost. Well,
Yeah.
his son's like in college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying.
And then
to
he
dress
lost
like
one of his
And he
sons.
lost one of his
I mean,
sons,
no,
so I
he's
can't
definitely
blame
going
him.
through a
He
lot.
definitely been going through it. But it's like, professionally, like your record not squeaky clean. Everybody can talk about the migraine game. They can talk about you, like you said, sitting out pouting
Like
because
half the season.
he decided to pick out Tony Kukoc.
Yeah.
Or you decided, oh, I'm not going to get foot surgery in the summer because I want to hang out on the beach.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and wait till the beginning of the season to
And
go
then
get
get
surgery.
it. Yeah.
Like, it's a bunch, not to like super harp into basketball, but it's a bunch of, like you said, your record not crystal clean.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff people could have brought up that they didn't just because it gets like too personal.
It's because he keeps shooting himself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the Larsa Pippen thing happened with Future the first time. Then you kind of sort of bounced back from it, you know, when they broke up and y'all looked like y'all were happy together.
Yeah.
Then, Then The Last Dance comes out and everybody giving you your flowers finally. Scottie's underpaid. He was great. Mike couldn't do it out of. Then oh yeah, we didn't have no say in that. And that doc depicted me in a bad way. Didn't nobody have nothing bad to say about Scottie Pippen up until he said that about that. Even his Michael Jordan take. There was some that, LeBron's better. I mean, there was some people that don't agree, and there's some that do, but that wasn't bad like this.
Mm-mm.
Like, now people digging into your past, like, wait, you're not who you thought you was, even though I love Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hall of
it's
Famer,
just-
great player.
Yeah, no, great player.
But you going out of your way to tarnish, I don't want to say tarnish because your legacy is set in stone in that regard.
In basketball, but you're
to tarnish your name.
He's going Paul Pierce.
Yes.
That's where he's going right now.
It's like
where
Paul Pierce-
everyone's like,
yeah.
yo, Paul Pierce, he's the truth.
He's not an
the
NBA
hoop.
champion no more.
But
that's
now
not the first thing you say.
Now you're just saying a bunch of random shenanigans.
You just want to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga got weed. He want to do a podcast. now.
Same thing with Will Smith. If we want to transition,
You want to do Will Smith?
we could transition.
Go ahead.
So, like, even how she was saying, like, with Will Smith, like, Jada's been destroying his reputation. Like, absolutely. I'm like, at this point, was Fresh Prince even worth all of this?
Like,
Bro is literally getting his life destroyed. And I don't
Facts.
know what he did to her or nothing.
The most recent report for
Margot
those,
Robbie, bro.
I don't-
Yeah, no, she was bad in that movie.
I don't know,
That
but
wench.
the most recent
She was bad. And that was a good movie,
The
too.
most recent report for those who don't know is that what was the rapper's name from the Outlaws?
Damn. All of them damn near dead.
I can't even remember his name.
'Cause
But one of the
might-
rappers from the Outlaws who knew Tupac and Jada.
One of the Outlaws
stated that
Outlaws is Tupac.
that Jada had to go basically calm Tupac down to not beat down Will Smith back in the 90s. My thing is, with all due respect to the Shakur fans and whatnot, Tupac only lived, 26 years?
Yeah.
25.
25
He's been
years.
dead just as long as he's been alive.
And
Happy birthday,
they've
Tupac.
gone out of their way to just keep digging at stuff to just attack Will Smith.
It's because
why?
Because she started it on his birthday when she posted
another letter.
he posted one of Tupac's letters.
Yeah.
This is what, a week ago?
Yeah,
June 16th.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, and she posted like one of Tupac's letters. So everyone was like, "Damn, she's still like," because like the rumor was that obviously they say that they were just best friends, but people are like, "Oh no, there's probably more to that."
Yeah.
Especially like on that TV show where
just
they
wait.
made out and stuff.
Just wait, she'll be telling us in the next 2 weeks.
The Outlaws Napoleon. That's his name. That's the rapper's name. Napoleon was the one that first came out and said Jada had to stop Tupac from trying to beat down Will Smith. I'm gonna be real. Tupac was only 5'10"?
5'10", 5'11",
5'8".
165.
Like,
Yeah,
Will was like, you're not gonna just be beating down Will. I'm sorry.
Because Will's what, 6'2",
Will's
6'3"?
like 6'2", 6'3".
I don't know. Did you see? We all saw the Vegas footage.
Yeah, but that was like 70 of them dudes jumping on one guy.
No, Tupac would have been able to fight him.
I mean, yeah.
Did you not see Juice?
But beat down though?
Did you not see Juice?
Did you not see?
He should have won
Bad
an
Boys?
Oscar for that shit. He almost did.
But I mean, it's all jokes. But at the same time, it's like you waited till this man this isn't to attack Jada, but it's like the news outlet, however y'all want to word it, waited till this man turned 50, was supposed to be starting to transition to one of the best moments of his life, entanglement. Tupac. It's like, God
your
dang.
kids don't want nothing to do with you. Your wife is absolutely obliterating your movie career. It's getting hard to stick up for you, Will
What
Smith.
is going on? This man ain't did nothing to nobody.
I would have took that story better had it been like, oh, I had to stop Will from beating up Tupac. Knowing I would have been like, oh man, fuck Will Smith. He would have did nothing. But I would have took that better than like, damn, yo girl gotta stop this man. Like, come on, bro.
It's a lot going on right now.
And plus, I take this real personal because growing up, Jada Pinkett Smith was like the finest motherfucker on earth to me.
Yeah,
and I still love Jada. I don't like the plastic surgery, but I love Jada. But now I'm like, ugh. You are so disgusting on the inside. You are a rotten person.
Hey, folks have been saying like she's a terrible individual.
The reason like people are getting on her red table talk, so she tries to come off almost holier than thou and stuff, and like that she has all the answers, like she's a therapist or a psychologist or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think people like find any little thing.
She stopped being in movies.
But what sucks
people
is
wanna
like
nitpick
they associate with Will because obviously the whole Jada and Will love.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. We don't want that.
We don't want that.
Another trash bar that didn't hold up.
That was a great bar.
Didn't hold up.
That was a great bar.
You can't say it no more.
That was a great bar until 2 years ago.
That's true. He said that. I was like, damn, I really do want that kind of love.
Oh man,
Not no more.
That was a great bar until 2 years ago. What is going on?
I want that Jada
Yeah, she
Tupac
ruined it,
love,
bro.
where you don't
At this
sleep with her
point,
yeah,
allegedly,
bro.
Yeah, but
and get
you
remembered for 25 years after your death.
Like, God dang, bro. Like that. It's just a lot. Like it's one of them things where it's like now, reportedly.
He's doing it on purpose. So she must got some pictures of Will Smith in high heels or something.
I don't know, but reportedly they have an open relationship with their swingers or something. They've come out and like semi-denied that, but it's like reports over the past few years have been that they have an open relationship.
Yeah, like other celebrities have like insinuated.
And then with the whole August Alsina thing, how that went down, the way a lot of people saw it, it was like, okay, we both got hoes, but you can't keep your hoes in check.
Yeah.
So this is why we got to do this red table talk to address it. My hoes ain't tripping right now.
Yeah.
Yours the ones doing songs.
But Will Smith needs
Margot Robbie has not said a word.
I don't know if he slept with Margot Robbie, but
I hope he did. I really hope he did.
I hope
that
so.
would have
You
been
know he slept with that white woman?
No, yeah. I hope he did. I really hope he did. Because you must have not have seen that movie.
Which one? Focus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
There's too much chemistry on that.
There was
screen.
way too much chemistry. Because I was looking like, oh man, oh my God, she's the second finest woman I've ever seen in my
What's
life.
so funny? Before that movie was like announced, they thought he was cheating on her with Margot.
He was.
If it was an open relationship, he wasn't.
Well,
You feel me?
it's only open when it's her relationship. If for you it's cheating.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
what is that Friends joke? We were on break.
Yeah, that's what everybody was like. Oh well, she didn't really cheat with August. They were separated. My thing is, you still got a ring on your finger, and legally you are still so and so. Until we have flat out said this isn't gonna work out anymore.
Yeah.
Ain't none of that. We gonna sit on the opposite side of the mansion until we figure this out.
Will Smith hasn't done a music video with Jaden since. He hasn't come out anywhere near Jaden. Jaden does not want to be around.
Jada was like, no.
Y'all niggas is funny. Y'all are terrible.
He's like, I'll just hang out with Tyler the Creator.
This is hilarious.
Y'all are terrible. And Tyler got to bugging, and he was, yo, chill.
Oh, man. I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. But I wish the best for them. Whatever their relationship is.
I wish you would leave him alone.
I hope it works out because the whole. Like there shouldn't be this much more new information coming out about somebody who's been dead for 25
and
years.
Then, I'm throwing them back, bro. All these callbacks. You remember when I said that Me Against the World? They had had the track on Bad Boys. Mm-hmm. That even insinuates it more.
Why you say that?
Like, cause this Will Smith #1 movie. Oh, and you got Tupac song in there, bro. Mad sus. I don't know if the Fresh Prince I don't know if the Fresh Prince is funnier than My Wife and Kids no more.
I didn't put that two and two together.
I don't know if it's better than Malcolm in the Middle no more. Nah, I don't know.
Malcolm in the Middle.
You gonna get us canceled picking Malcolm in the Middle over Fresh Prince.
Hey, My Wife and Kids gonna be on Hulu now.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, sir.
I love that show.
I think they're adding it. Like I didn't see the date.
I hope they do like a my wife, kids, and grandkids. I need to see them.
We really see who the driving force behind DJ Jazz Jeff and Fresh Prince was. It was DJ Jazz Jeff and Carlton. They definitely saved that show because Jesus Christ. I saw it coming.
Hey, that's the reason he left Philly, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was what? Jada had to protect you from who?
Man.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
In West Philadelphia. Boy. Oh, he's scary.
That was the one Up to No Good.
Yeah,
And the show and the show was over when Tupac got out of jail. So I know he's scary. I know he's scary now. I ain't never watching a Will Smith movie ever again.
Watch his Bad Boys.
Let me stop. No, but shout out Will, man. I hope
I just hope whatever's going on is working out.
I hope she stops.
I hope they figured each other out so they know how to balance. Because it's like this many new reports shouldn't be coming out at this point. Like, come on.
Because who reported it? It was just like one of
TMZ.
those sources.
Well, TMZ and some rapper.
You just said. My bad.
I think
Yeah.
Jada be telling them like, "Yo, I'm finna do this," because can't find the video for 4 minutes, and then he be, it's videos everywhere, and then Jada be like, "Okay, I'll release the video now."
Yeah.
Jada's in control of this shit.
Oh,
She trying to kill Will Smith.
she was
They finna kill Will Smith.
Yo, Will Smith's been aging like a mother. It was
Bro,
like
she
3
took his
years
youth
ago.
away.
He just dyed his hair again recently.
3 years ago, he looked like he's still
No,
like
it's
the
Will
Fresh
Smith.
Prince.
It's like, Uncle.
You know how
Will.
the withering fire
Yeah.
is? It's like a flashlight just clicking on and off on the Fresh
When-
Prince box set.
you see-
and when that light goes off, then Will Smith ain't gonna be Will
You saw
Smith.
that bungee?
When the lights go
bungee
off.
cord when he went bungee jumping.
Yeah.
And they were like, he looks like
Yeah.
James Avery.
Yeah.
He literally aged like
He
20
looks like
years.
yeah.
In like a matter of 3 years.
And we can also throw some shade at J. Cole too for aging him rapidly like this. You got his name in the bar for the first time since the 90s.
Everybody started saying it, and then
And everybody
Jada
was
was like,
saying-
"No, it's not cracked up as it seems to be."
You see what I'm saying?
And she came
I
out
didn't know where you were
ruined it.
going with that.
You
I
see
like
what
that.
I'm
I
saying?
like that.
That's the
I'll give you
alley-oop,
that.
bro.
I'll give you that.
J.
That was
Cole,
dope.
J. Cole and Jada is trying to ruin Will Smith's career. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but Jada's like, "Oh,
Protect
Heck
Will
no.
Smith at
At all
all.
costs.
damn."
Heck
J.
no.
Cole, we better not show up to that concert. Where they gonna shoot Will Smith like
Damn,
Lincoln
Will.
at that concert?
In high school, you was the man, Will.
That's tough though.
That's very tough.
What else do we get? We got speaking of some characters being just shattered. You want to talk about Wendy Williams?
Yeah, why not? Let's get
Okay,
into
so
it.
for those who don't know, everybody knows who Miss Tabitha Brown is. She's everybody's mama. Everybody loves her. Tabitha Brown recently, rose to fame over these last 2-3 years, and she's been able to get into acting and get into her dream and make some serious money off of TikTok and acting and whatnot. So she went on TikTok or Instagram recently and was like, I'm finally able to do what I promised my husband I was going to be able to do 15 years ago, and that's retire him. So now he can do his dreams, do what he want to do. Her husband
That's amazing.
wants to
Congratulations.
for sure. Her husband wants to coach the youth, like youth basketball, have like rec centers and whatnot. But because she was a struggling actress, her words, not mine, they moved to LA, and for 15 years he was a cop.
Yeah.
So LAPD, like you've seen the shows, it get
It's
rowdy.
bad.
It get rowdy out
crazy.
there. So he was risking his life for 15 years so she could pursue her dream. After hearing no after no after no, she was finally able to tell her husband, "Babe, I got this. You can do what you want to do. You can pursue your dreams.
Secured the bag.
You can quit." Everybody was like, "This is the greatest thing in the world." Shout out, except for one person.
This is goals.
This is
'cause
goals.
I feel like that's everyone's like dream to be
take
able to
care of your
retire.
husband.
Take care of the one who took care of you for
Yeah.
however long.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be able to play Miss Tabitha Brown's portion, But I can play what Miss Wendy Williams felt she had.
We all know who Wendy Williams is.
So everybody knows who she. I'm gonna try to.
She's also having a very bad couple years.
Let me try to get to the specific section so I can.
Miss Wendy Williams, the queen of shade.
Yeah.
She's in the news like every other week.
But you saw how she was out with Ray J and people was making fun of her legs?
Yeah.
All right, so this is after Tabitha Brown gave her 2 cents.
Nope. I was married to one of those. You know, I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, you know, stay with me, but go, go, go. You see how that turned out. I predict that this marriage is going to be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again. Then he comes home and throws his bag down. And he's like, and she's like, what? What? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You're over here making all your money and stuff. You had me quit my job. And I can't find my live like a child.
Hate.
No, but you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, Miss Wendy.
Like, no. No, you
Don't
work.
beg, Wendy.
She about to beg.
Being a cop was a big part of his identity. He liked it. But she came to him and said that. Clap if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that minute and some change was her feedback on Miss Tabitha Brown's post going viral about being able to retire her husband. And Miss Tabitha Brown came back with the love of God and told her, "Ho, mind your business. Don't be coming in my relationship talking about what you can't stand and you can't do. You have a failed relationship. Your relationship didn't work. Don't speak on mine."
Talk to him.
That's what Miss Tabitha Brown said in the most Christian, loving mother way possible. Okay? You guys can look up Miss Tabitha Brown's response if y'all want to. It's like 5 minutes long, so I obviously can't play the whole thing. But that's essentially what she said. I want you guys to give y'all feedback on what Miss Wendy Williams felt she had to contribute to the conversation.
I mean, Wendy Williams she has her show. Her show is literally the Shade Room, but on TV.
Personified.
It's the original Shade Room, if anything.
Yeah.
So her thing is to go up there and shit talk the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Charlemagne the God came from Wendy Williams. Like, that was his boss. So, you know, it's a whole thing. So, I mean, obviously she's going to shit talk this. And since she just got divorced, a year ago maybe?
Getting some change,
So it's still fresh. And, yeah, she had to vent.
You could tell. She was highly upset.
She had to vent. So.
G-Baby, talk to her.
I don't want to tear down a black woman's pain. I mean, she probably feels how she wants. But my years of broadcasting school knows the immediate moment when she got personal was when she said, "then they." Because in broadcasting, they teach you, and I'm doing a horrible job of it. Like when you say ums and ands, and you take these breaks, you're not supposed to do that.
You just take breaks?
Because that, like, when you can't be like when you use like how you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't do that because it disrupts your flow. That's what we were taught.
Okay.
So when she says her statement, then you're going off script now. This is all personal. Because nothing was written down. You didn't practice this before. Because then, as you hear, if you viewers rewind back to her what she said, then it's
her voice started
then
cracking.
They get in their red Honda and they take them to Pizza Hut and then it's all personal shit from there on. Because then it's like, how do you know he got a red Honda? Like, what are you like? This is your life, and that's a very bad.
Why is he gonna come in and drop his bag and tell her that she's been quit?
And then you tell him the factory's closed, but then you going in and it's open. Like, where are you pulling this information from? Like, you're going personal and now you're getting unprofessional and it's getting sloppy. And I get it. But for a person in her position, you're gonna get killed for this. You're gonna get killed for this, and you know that. Yeah. Like, you just discredit.
It's like when you're giving like your homeboy relationship advice, and you're like, "Nah, fuck that bitch," and you're like, "Dog, like me and her are cool. We argued over where we're gonna eat. And you're out here, fuck that bitch, leave her out.
Yeah.
Like,
no, not
the same thing.
So first time it's the dinner, and the next time she's saying she can't decide between two men. So whoa,
like,
is this something you need to talk about?
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Next time you butt naked in the bathtub, face down. You're like, wait, what?
What? It's cooking eggs. Whoa, who's cooking eggs?
Why is there eggs in the bathroom? What's going on?
So you can never get too personal to the point where you start bashing your own.
Because now people gonna dig.
Yes.
And so it's like you set yourself up because you're so messy every other time when it's somebody else's business. Now that your business leaked out,
Yeah.
you're gonna get killed for this.
Yeah, every post that she's had under her show, like, so Miss Tabitha Brown's, her biggest thing is like avocados. She loves avocados. So people have started just putting emojis like you shouldn't be playing around with Tabitha Brown. Literally, like the comments are just a bunch of avocados.
Them hives will mess somebody
Literally
up.
someone who's just minding their business.
Minding their business, showing love to her husband. Mind you, she puts her life on display
Yeah.
for like on
Right.
purpose. But
This
it's
is
like,
something she does.
But it's like, yeah, so you're gonna talk about it, sure, but
Yeah.
to bash her and tell her, girl, look, now I'm gonna tell you what happened to me.
All these men
no,
are the same.
what happened to a friend of mine. This is what I meant to say. He gonna leave. No, see.
He gonna leave you for a white girl.
Come on now, like don't do that.
Hey, he must have been talking about Margot Robbie and that song. Kanye can tell the future, bro. I'm telling
But
you.
it's like you don't do that to people. Like that's just you sound bitter and you sound alone. And she told her, like, you may not know what a supportive husband looks like, and I pray that you do. I pray that you find out. I have no ill will towards you, but this isn't what he wanted to do for 15 years of his life. He didn't want to be a cop in L.A. He wanted to give back to the kids. He wanted to start a rec center. And for you to go, oh, well, this isn't, it's not your business.
It's
Not
like
your business.
his business was to open up a strip club or something.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like,
Or he's
yeah.
gonna be around a bunch of or modeling.
like, bro,
as you see.
he's starting to
Something
lead.
crazy.
Like, let him
he's
dream.
he's
Let him
giving
do
back.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like,
Local YMCA, just teaching kids how to shoot.
Like, you got that? You got a problem with that?
everybody feels like their opinion is important. I mean, even us, we got a podcast.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
our
just like,
opinions is important.
yo, for sure. So it's the Fire Nations, especially when y'all comment.
We don't get to 1,000 without y'all. Remember that.
For sure. But like just to go out of your way and bash, like, nah, this is what happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to you, ma'am.
It's just-
ma'am.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Gotta relax.
But it's speaking of trying to tear down character. Do we want to get into the Olympics?
Yeah, I was damn twin telepathy. I was just about to suggest that next.
Get to it.
Sha'Carri Richardson
Yes.
smokes the devil's lettuce, apparently.
Yes, she does. And she smoked it 30 like right before she was going to go to Tokyo. So like they getting ready to go to Tokyo within a month. And she got tested, I want to say after her trials or like in like an in-between period, and it was still in her system, and she was disqualified. She took a 30-day ban from the sport. So she won't be able to run in her main race, which is the 100-meter, which everybody wanted to see her do because it was between her and I think her name is Shelly Ann. I apologize if I'm saying her name wrong, but it's a woman from Jamaica who's like the fastest in Jamaica, and people want to see them go against each other. We can't see that this year. Hopefully next Olympics. The biggest thing is,
Damn, that's 4 years though.
yeah, she just turned 21, so
4 years.
Yeah.
That's another prodigy in 4 years.
Anything can happen, but they were saying that she may still be able to do. I think the handoff, the relay. I think
The relay.
I think she's also a relay athlete, so I think she may be able to do that.
Well, so she'll still be able to go.
Potentially.
hopefully.
There's still chances for it. So what I want to address now, obviously, you can say what you want about whether or not you believe that weed should be legal or not. That's not the discussion at hand right here. The discussion at hand is that I need black people to understand something. Yes, the Olympics are racist. They have very racist tendencies. The world has very racist tendencies. This suspension, though, is not one of those racist tendencies. This specific, there are some other suspensions we will talk about. This specific suspension is not a racial background, none of that.
It's not nothing.
It's
black,
not.
nothing. It's not.
It's not because she's black. It's not because she's dominating the world stage or nothing like that.
Although the fastest woman in the world couldn't be black, apparently.
Well, I mean, if the Jamaican woman wins,
But she's not in America.
you don't got to be American to be
I'm
black.
watching y'all. No, the fastest woman in the world, and she's black. No, that she's Wonder Woman. No, can't do that. America ain't gonna let it fly.
Well, we were going so well, but no, this isn't a race issue. Sad to say, she broke the rules. Whether or not you guys believe that weed should be on the banned substance list, it is for right now.
In the words of Trump, law and order.
Downtown.
So it's one of those things where it's like, those are the rules. It sucks. Yes, she was dealing with the death of her biological mother. She found out by the hands of a reporter. She didn't even find out from family. So I think she said she smoked to cope with that loss. Okay.
Completely understandable.
All right,
But you got to deal with the repercussions. You got to figure it out. Either a wraparound to make sure your tests come back clean, or you can't smoke.
Yeah.
She was so I have a interesting like side point.
Go ahead.
There's this track star where she used to run track for Syracuse University. and her name's Ebony Alexandria or Ebby.
I think I know where you're about to go with this. Go ahead.
She made a poll on her Instagram stories where it said, is it fine? She knew what the rules were. It was one that you could click on, and the other one is like they're overreacting. They should let her run. And by the end of the poll, she shared it. It was 10% rules are rules basically, and 90% they should still let her run.
Mm-hmm.
And then she pointed out the 10% were all either D1 athletes or professional athletes in whatever sport they do, NFL and NBA, like stars, because she's pretty popular on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she was like, she's like, it's interesting to see the people who don't do sports or professionally or even D1 were the ones just let her run. And all the D1 athletes and professional athletes were in the 10% where rules are rules.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
that's just something like to point out.
That's definitely a good point.
Well, I mean, if you make rules, and this is, like I said, it's not a racial topic. It's definitely not that deep. This isn't that deep, but these are rules. Like, you can't expect everybody else in the world to follow them, and just because you a little faster, you don't.
It's not even that. It's
But no,
just
I'm just saying, like, everybody else ain't did nothing for however long. Like, just, I mean, that's the way the world is.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't about you. This is about your country. It's how many people
sad to say,
many people and back then was getting their parents and brothers and shit killed over in them wars, and they was still flipping their ass off and playing hockey because this is what this is. I can't take time off from my country. This is that's war to them.
Yeah.
This is war. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the Olympics to me haven't really mattered because they were always like war politically based, in my opinion. It was always America versus Russia.
Because I mean, that's how it started with the Greeks.
Yeah.
It was like Athens would send their people, Sparta would send their people.
Like, we have the strongest
and it's
people
like,
in the world.
Who has
like,
the strongest people or more athletic people in that case.
But like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, because now none of the three powers are really that good at anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like, this isn't racially motivated.
Yeah.
I mean,
plus
it's messed
like,
up.
You could compare it to a job where if they're telling you we're randomly drug testing you once a month,
and you still take that chance,
and you still smoke, and then you come out, you can't be like, oh no, like they literally told you in advance,
right?
That
like, you knew what you were doing
this.
when you signed up, and we're not taking the side of anything, but rules are rules.
And as terrible as that, it's one of them things where it's like, you know, kind of what you get yourself into when you decide to be an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
So it's like, one thing everybody wanted to point out, which I was getting tired of seeing.
It's the whole.
They was like,
oh, go ahead, no,
they was like, oh, well, Michael Phelps was able to still. You guys need to understand something. Michael Phelps, first
That's
of all,
what I said in the group chat. He's singling me out.
No, not even that. But it was one of the things where I was getting tired of saying it because y'all need to know the full facts of what happened. Michael Phelps was never tested and tested positive for weed. Michael Phelps was caught on camera smoking weed. That was the picture went viral. So they suspended him for that. Not only did he get suspended, he was suspended after the Olympics. It was his off season. So he wasn't able to do like any of the trials. So like they have like just races in between them.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to do none of those for like 3 months. He lost his Subway deal. Pretty sure he lost I think Frosted Flakes or Wheaties or something like that.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of money.
That was a big ass bomb.
He lost and then you I think it was 2009 when nothing was legal. So they was acting like he was doing crack.
You might as well.
People used to still have to hide weed.
Like, so it was one of those things where it was like, you guys have to understand first of all, 2 different years, 2 different situations.
Yeah.
She got caught right before the Olympics was getting ready to start.
And he got caught right after.
That was the worst time to get caught. You're lucky that they only saying a 30-day ban. Because people say, oh, well, it's not even a performance-enhancing drug. That doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is, whether y'all want to call it racist or whatever, the rules right now state that you are not allowed to have excessive amount of THC in your system in race.
And people got to realize it's the World Olympics.
That's
they're going.
Go ahead.
The Olympics are in Tokyo.
Yes.
And apparently, weed over there is still like a
you
class 1 felony.
You get hung for.
It's like you're doing years for weed. It's not like because a lot of people are like, oh, like 20 states or 26 states, it's already legal. It's like, oh man, this is like the world, sir. This is the entire.
I think around the world, like weed is still predominantly illegal.
Yeah,
like it's really just
because I remember before it was just like Amsterdam where it's legal and that's literally it was the only
nothing
place.
really has changed.
And now Mexico just legalized it. I believe Canada maybe, but we're like in the Western. People got to also remember we're in the Western. We're more liberal.
Yeah.
That's why they separate the old world and the new world.
For sure.
Because we tend to be a little bit more liberal. If you go to fucking like Palestine, I'm pretty sure the same thing. or any of the Middle East countries or Russia.
China.
They're probably still fucking ass up
Yeah.
for that too.
Cause I seen this. I think he's Nigerian. This Nigerian guy was like, Americans like this proves that y'all think y'all like the center of the world.
Yeah.
Cause the main argument, oh well, it's legal in 19 states plus Oregon where she was training. That doesn't matter.
There's 9,000 countries around the world.
That doesn't matter at all. You guys have a point. We probably shouldn't be on that list. I will agree with that. The simple fact of the matter is, it is right now. That's all. That's all it is. So it's like for people who are saying, "Oh well, she got to be more careful." They're not coons. They're not sellouts. You need to understand. It's the World Olympics.
And then
it's the World Olympics.
Yeah. And then it's super, super hard to get racist in the Olympics because there's so many things.
It's not super hard. We got some examples.
No, but I'm just saying it's like, okay, the fastest person in the world doesn't have to be black. They don't have to be white.
Yeah.
You see the fastest man in the world was Jamaican.
He's black though.
But he just so happens to be black. Bruce Jenner was the fastest nigga in the world at one point.
Oh, true.
You see what I'm saying? He was a white boy.
Yeah.
Was a white boy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's hard when you could be like, oh, there's Frenchmen that are Mexican, and that there's Germans that are black that are running in the Olympics. So it's hard to put a race on it, like, oh, she singled out because she's
I get what
black.
you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not, oh, don't give him a reason. That's still true in politics. Don't ever give him a reason. But this has nothing to do with her.
She just got caught.
You see what I'm saying? There could be a faster chick in Yugoslavia somewhere that dust is her. It don't mean nothing just because you black and American, you fast. You know, this is the Olympics.
And like the Olympics,
see,
and people thought I was like trying to be funny when I said this because everybody was like, oh, well, she was coping with her mother's death. And I said, I'm like, the Olympics don't care about her mama. The Olympics don't care about nothing that she's going through. They want your best athletes for their spectacle. Yeah. And then the athletes don't even get paid. They get paid off of sponsorships, which is why
you're doing your service a country.
Which is why I said
country of service.
Excuse me, which is why I said a couple weeks ago, I'm like, sure, ain't no way in the world I qualify to be an Olympic athlete. I'm going back to school. Yeah. Which is what she did. She realized she was fast enough to make it to the Olympics, and she not dropped out, but she declared, if you want to call it that. Like, oh, I can make me some money off of Nike or Reebok or whoever. All right, bring on the sponsorships. Yeah. But it's one of those things.
Because apparently, like, the Olympics, I think you get, like, if you get gold, it's like $5,000.
Yeah,
you get more money from selling. I think that's why a lot of people sell their medals.
Which is why I think a lot of people were, like, before the Dream Team, everybody was just sending well, you couldn't send professionals because then, we have to pay them and stuff like that. So he was like, all right, we'll just send a bunch of college kids.
Like, super quick, that one Mexican that plays on the Golden State Warriors, I forgot his name.
Toscano.
Yeah. He's not playing with the Mexico squad. They have a chance to make it to the Olympics. I think they're in the semifinals right now.
Yeah.
But he's not playing because his agent and him were like, all right, but I have to ride first class and I have to get my own hotel, like a private hotel, like an expensive ass hotel. And Mexico told him, I was like, we don't really care about basketball over here, sir. Yeah, so like if they make it, they make it. If they don't, nobody really watches them really. Yeah. So I guess you're not on the team.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's just one of those things where it's like
the Olympics not like about money.
The Olympics care about money for themselves.
It's bragging rights.
It's the spectacle. Like
we gonna make a lot of money for one city. Yeah. For what 3-4 months?
It's like the World Cup with with soccer.
That's it. It's the playoffs.
They don't really get paid for the World Cup. Yeah, they just go off their own.
You have to do that
because you're representing your country.
That's essentially war. You're representing your country.
Fair enough. And so it's like, yes, the Olympics does have, like we said earlier, some very racist tendencies from. Well, I don't want to say.
Well,
racist.
no, of course they're racist.
Well, they do have racist, but this example I was about to give isn't necessarily racist because apparently there's no form of protest at all allowed during the Olympics. So, like, the only ones I remember seeing, obviously, was the fist in the air. They banned kneeling.
Jesse Owens.
They banned kneeling. I think there was something else, like, pro-black that they banned. People was like, oh, well, that's racist. It was like, yes and no. It's like, it looks racist because
it's a terrorist act, it looks
like. Yeah, that's how it looks like. But it looks racist because it's like the black people are the most, like, prominent ones talking about it. But they've never allowed any form of protest type of deal.
But we were just the ones that needed to fucking protest.
When it came down to Simone Biles, you can't do that move. We're going to penalize you harder for doing that move because nobody else can do it. Well, get you some hoes that can do it then. Yeah. Why are they so bad at the flips? They obviously not y'all best if they can't do what I'm doing. Yeah. And then what recently just happened, not these aren't Americans, but the freaking Twitter. But two runners, I believe one was from Jamaica. and they were basically banned from competing, I think, in the 400 meter because these are naturals. I think it's called cis. These are natural born women, but they have something in their genetics.
Oh, they're abnormal.
They're abnormal.
Yeah.
And so people believe that it gives them an unfair advantage in the race. These aren't men who transition.
No, they're women. They're
these
women.
are women.
But they have a gene or something in them that's abnormal.
That's not allowing them to be qualified. And people are like, how do you even... How
not
are you
performance-enhancing
punishing
or
somebody for how they was born?
A birth defect.
Mind you, I think Michael Phelps is quote unquote abnormally like built.
Doesn't he have like webbed feet?
Something like that.
Something like that.
That helps him swim better. It honestly helps him.
Don't quote me on the webbed feet, but
maybe not webbed feet,
it
but
is
it's
something that helps him swim.
And everybody was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But when it's some sprinters, now it's an unfair advantage.
Right.
And then you got to think about, with the runners. Speaking of swimming though, they banned the cap.
Yeah, I
for
saw that.
Women with natural hair who have a lot of hair. It's like, oh no, well, real athletes wouldn't need those caps.
Yeah.
What?
It's like,
Really? Come on now.
What kind of shenanigans?
Like what is that?
I'm just trying to fit my hair under.
You let everybody have their own version of sponsorship, whatever they want. But now that a black girl wants to have her hair protected because you got to swim with a swim cap, now it's an issue.
Right.
So it's like...
She just happens to have like a fro. It's like she can't do anything about it.
Like, come on, you want to shave? She's going to shave her head?
Remember either a year, or was it this year?
Oh,
No, I think it was like a year ago. The kid that they made cut his dreadlocks.
In the middle of a match.
In the middle of a match.
They stopped the match. Some white woman got some scissors and just started chopping at his dreads. Then he beat the white dude down and was crying because it was like
I lost my hair.
Yeah.
That took me like years to grow. And
Come on, bro. Like it was.
It don't make me faster. It don't make me stronger.
Yeah.
Like, what does it matter?
It doesn't. That's what's so freaking irritating. And it was like,
it's like I should be able to run with sunglasses on if I wanted to. It don't hinder nothing.
Yeah. Like y'all pick and choose what y'all want to do rules wise. So basically, the two women. Let me pull this up so I make sure I give them their proper acknowledgement. Christine Mbomba, I believe I'm saying her name correctly, and Beatrice Masalingi. They've been withdrawn from the 400 meter race at the Olympics by World Athletics. They were said to not be eligible for female classification. The same rules are affecting a couple of other races that because of their genetics, they're not allowed to be considered women. So you're gonna have a bunch of weird anorexic women just running it because you're for sure a woman. Come on, man. Like don't sports media's that's one thing I don't like though. Sports media's infatuation with women who are shapely or cut up
just
to
stronger.
Say, oh, you must have some men type genes in you.
Yeah.
You saw how they was trying to get on Serena when she came on the scene. Once she started gaining weight,
I can hit the gym like everybody else.
Like that, I'm not allowed to work out. Like I got to get tested 3 times as much than everybody else to make sure I'm still a woman.
Facts.
Like, come on, bro. That's disrespectful.
That's
like we've seen like
crazy.
chick bodybuilders, fucking strong ass.
Yeah, we've seen
swole.
it. It ain't the world.
They
Like
exist.
something
Like
new.
swole women exist.
They
People
definitely
need to
do.
understand that.
Yeah.
Like, is it a little bit more rare? Sure. But that's why you're in the Olympics. Because you're the
Yeah.
top of the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
the
Like,
cream of the crowd.
You're literally rare. Like,
Yeah.
like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. So prayers to everybody who's struggling with whatever's going on with the Olympics. I hope that stuff works itself out. I hope that Sha'Carri is able to run in the relay. But that's really about it in regards to the Olympics. Just it wasn't with Sha'Carri's, I believe is her name. With her situation, it wasn't race motivated, in my opinion. It was just she broke the rules and she got caught. It was a terrible reason that went down. There's a reason why she broke the rules. But at the end of the day, she broke the rules. And for people, like you said, athletes to be like, well, you got to know the rules.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them coon sellouts or bashing a black woman. It's just that you spend your whole life knowing that you can't get caught with weed in your system.
Yeah.
This is what you signed up for.
Yeah, like this is a job. You knew the rules to this job when you took it.
Yeah. Like, nobody like nobody forced you to do it, but everybody was trying to.
I mean, I get it. It doesn't look the world's greatest.
No.
For the reason why. But they're like, this isn't our rules. This ball's not in our court no more.
Nope.
You know.
So and then people wanted to
Blame the Greeks.
They kind of wanted to like I guess give credit to Nike for not dropping her. I'm like, they better not have dropped her because Nike is the same people who like 6 years ago dropped Allyson Felix because she gave birth, had I think an emergency C-section, so her body was recovering, and they was like, oh, we need you to race next week.
Yeah.
Essentially. She was like, no, like my body's never going to be able to. So they dropped her. And she had to form her own brand. Because it's like, you're not about to disrespect me and my body and tell me like, oh, I can't do this and that. And she ended up winning every other gold medal afterwards. Like,
they can't fumble the bag again. Plus, it's only a suspension for this. Like we said there's 4 years. It is 4 years, and anything
Yeah.
can happen. But still,
Will it be 4 or will it be 3? Because this is like
Because they do
this the year after. Because you
Oh,
got to
you're
think
right,
it's supposed to
'cause
be
they
it was
do
supposed
the
to be
winter
last year.
ones.
But I'm saying I think she'll only have to wait 3 years.
Because it was supposed to be last year, but because of COVID, it got pushed back.
So I think they may try to get back on track next year.
Got you.
So
Okay.
we'll see. But
Prayers for you,
for sure.
track star baddie.
There was one, Sha'Carri Richardson. There was one other thing that ended up happening was that this
I was
sprinter,
wondering. I was like, "Are we gonna say it? Is he gonna say it?"
this sprinter, she got banned from the Olympics, from the next 2 Olympics, because she missed a drug test because she was in the hospital recovering from an abortion. And they was like, "Oh, well, you missed the test, so you kicked out." And she told them like why she was in the hospital, and they banned her from the next 2. I guess because they assumed she was drug dodging.
Damn, that's fucked up.
That's jacked up.
That's super.
Like
jacked
that,
up.
like you, like come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like first of
Yeah.
all, the fact that she even
Yeah,
decided
and
to bring y'all into her life to let her know she was having
and-
something as intimate as an abortion.
The Olympics are so shady. They're super shady.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a lot. I'm not defending them. They're racist and they're shady.
Yeah.
But that's just crazy.
That's jacked up.
That's crazy. There's certain exceptions you can.
Like, bro,
You can make
like
it.
you could have tested her the next day.
Yeah.
She was in the hospital on bed arrest because of an abortion.
Like, bro, like it ain't going. Oh no, because everybody did it on this date. Now, like, all right, man, chill.
come on, bro.
Chill on that.
Like my thing is with weed, it stays in your system for like what, a month?
Yeah.
Depending on how much
Or
you
depending
smoke.
on how much you smoke. I should say a month, but depending on how much you smoke.
That shit was probably out of her
So like,
system
if
in like
you,
the next
yeah,
day or
like
so.
if you really think that she's out here drugged up and doping and whatnot,
Yeah.
one day probably won't change it. Like
Yeah.
unless she really gets something that's super masked it up.
She was off there, faded off the pack.
That's what everybody was saying. Like she got smoker's lungs and nobody can stay with her. Like that's
Facts.
impressive.
That's crazy.
So shout out to Miss Richardson. I hope everything works out in your favor.
I do want to shout out because he said the track star baddie thing. Well, I want to shout out Coco Gauff. She's a 17-year-old tennis player. Just made it, I think, to the semifinals in
Yeah, she
Wimbledon.
did, yeah.
So another black queen that's probably not gonna get the media because she's not tennis star baddie, but
She's
she does
17.
need to. Yeah, but still, like there's 17-year-olds that would say that.
Ah.
But shout out to another black girl out here doing big things.
Yep. And best of luck to Serena Williams. She had to get out of the tennis match
Yeah.
early because she got hurt.
Damn.
But yeah.
And shout out to Sydney McLaughlin.
Why? Why?
She just did the world record
What
for
world
the
record?
hurdles last week.
Oh yeah.
Wow, come on, hating on a black queen.
I'm not hating on her. I just
What's
didn't know
going
why.
on?
You kept bringing her up in the group chat, but you never said why we were
Yeah,
shouting her
she
out.
just got the world record for
Thank
the
you,
hurdles.
because I didn't know what was going on.
And you had another shout out you were supposed to say.
Who?
The celebrity. Who are you talking about? Who are you saying that you better have a good reason why you shouting her out?
I'm not gonna bring it up.
Yeah, fuck. I remember now. I remember him saying that. Who was it? Oh,
I don't
Sweetie.
remember.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sweetie. It's her birthday. It was her birthday.
Her birthday was yesterday, I believe.
She upgraded. She didn't get a Bentley. She got a fucking Rolls Royce.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I
that
don't know.
OnlyFans money kicking in.
My boy Jack Harlow doing work.
Anyway, what else? Do we got anything else on the docket before we get up out of here?
Yeah, we can just talk about wasteful people. Kodak Black.
Kodak Black threw $100,000 into the ocean and down his toilet on a yacht. Why do we keep giving certain people money?
Especially Kodak Black. Like, you shouldn't give him no more money.
Like, bro, what is going on? Like, of all the people to give money, we low key missing a big topic. Well, that's gonna be the end, I guess, to
He
close out.
just stayed in jail, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's
all
like,
that money that you like, all that money, bro.
but it's like those influencers, bro.
They're
Like,
saying it's Ushbucks. They're saying it's fake.
No, it ain't. I don't think he.
But-
I don't think. Mm-mm.
but no,
He's
it's
not
like
smart enough to
it's
use
like when-
Ushbucks.
It's like when
He
them
was like,
when them Dior Jordans came out,
Uh-huh.
and all the celebrities and YouTubers were going crazy. And I forget which Paul brother was it, but he poured like he made a bowl of cereal out of a $10,000 shoe.
Just
And I
'cause he
was
could.
Just because he could. And I was like, that's crazy. That's life-changing money. $10,000, I don't care who you are. $10,000 is life-changing
That's
money.
it can impact some stuff.
It's some
for sure.
definitely, it can get you out of a funk. It
For
can
sure.
float you for a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, no, like, y'all got to stop. Wait, $100,000? That's a lot of goddamn money.
that's like the only time I sat there and was like, we do need to start telling rich people what to do with their money because this is ridiculous. To throw it in the ocean, bro.
That's fucking up the economy. If anything, at the very least,
Because it's like,
because that's money that won't be circulated anymore. It got printed and it's now.
yeah, if it doesn't
gone
have
to
its
waste.
weight in gold, I don't know how that shit works.
but it's just
anymore.
like,
But it's
bro, come on.
just, man, and then get wrapping up.
No, wait, one more before that.
It's like it was like when the Joker fucking burned all that money.
Yeah, it was like, what? Just cause.
Well, the government does it too when they get all those out of circuit bills. And they just burn them
we
down.
can't have that much. We can't have that much dollar in the economy. Yes, you can. You just don't want to. But speaking of the ocean is on fire. In Mexico.
Shit.
Oh,
yeah,
it is.
Bro,
Gulf of Mexico.
The Gulf of Mexico is on fire in the middle of the ocean.
So how do you combat that?
I think they got like flame retardant to put on the.
But you're gonna put that in the ocean?
Yeah.
What choice do you got? Basically, I think a pipe. You saw what happened with BP. All them doggone animals got killed. But I think somebody
it's an oil fire, so that shit will spread.
Yeah, and it's like oil and water don't mix, so it's just gonna stay on fire.
Put a blanket over it, like a big dumbass blanket. Or just drop something big as hell in the ocean and just make it splash.
That picture, the video looked like something out of a video game or a movie.
It looked
trailer,
like the portal to hell.
Like literally,
it was like forming like a whirlpool. And shit.
Bro. Like this is ridiculous. Like the beginning scenes of a
highway ticket to hell.
or Superman when he had to put out that oil rig. It was like, this is just ridiculous. Like, first of all, greed, because why do you need oil all the way out there in the middle of the ocean? Like, why couldn't you do better about where you put it?
They looking for Cthulhu.
I don't know, man. That's just wild. Like, I hope that everybody is okay and safe, but like, bro, like, it was like wild. It was kind of cool if it wasn't the freakiest thing I've ever seen.
So is fire the baddest motherfucker out there then?
It's gotta be.
Is it badder than water? All right, we doing bonus episode water versus fire.
What's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's the Friendly Fire podcast.
Ooh.
Well, it's gotta be. Yeah.
You do the science.
Snap! I don't think I agree with this.
You didn't do the science.
You be like, yeah, we are the water
we are the
wizards.
friendly droplets.
The friendly condensation fire podcast. But we have to get into the topic of the week, the month, probably.
Yeah, Zendaya and Tom Holland. No.
They hooking back up.
Ruined my week, man.
Yeah, sad boy hours. G baby, bring it up.
NCAA is paying people now.
Oh, that was. Well, we got one more topic.
I thought that was the one we was ending on.
No, we got one more. To
okay,
end
well then.
No, we can talk. You brought it up.
No, I'm saying we don't have to be here all day.
Okay,
we did a lot of sports.
The NCAA is starting to pay athletes now. I think it's great for the athletes. The athletes are starting to be able to get sponsorships through like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. Finally, what I don't think is going to actually happen is these schools ain't going to really pay them for their likeness. They're going to use a bunch of models to like hold the ball and stuff.
It's going to be like
it's going to be outside money.
Yeah, it's going to be outside
It's going to be like an NBA, the early NBA lives and NBA 2Ks where Michael Jordan was just a random figure and it's a 99.
Yeah.
So you knew it was Jordan.
Yep.
There'll be a bunch of different numbers and stuff like that.
It's like, 43. Who's 43? I don't know. Like, nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Like,
but then they'll have to pay taxes and all that shit, so they'll definitely be on their ass.
But like Percy Miller's Master P's son just signed just signed a $2 million deal with some tech company or something like that.
That his dad probably owns and Romeo probably shouted out at that versus.
Whatever. $2 million is $2 million, man. Shout out to him. I hope that athletes are able to make some bread. Because y'all deserve it. Y'all spend all this time entertaining.
Because not everyone makes
for free. And everybody don't make it to the league.
Yeah, and so that way you have a nice little nest egg. You can finish high school.
And even if they make it to the league.
Please don't blow it, though. Like
they going to blow it. They going to fumble the bag instantly.
Some of them might.
A lot of them.
I think
they have
they're
solid parents.
That, and I think some of them
parents might be the worst to do them in.
That's why you need
especially
solid.
If they go up there like 17, 18, they ain't controlling the contract.
Yeah.
But what I think is going to happen is that a lot of them may end up going through like financial literacy programs to make sure they understand what to do.
They're going to have to institute that. Like if you're going to go to college, like you got to at least take the 2 courses of this.
For sure.
Financial literacy.
Like, you got to be in class. Like, we need you there. Because we don't need you talking about, I don't got no money. I don't got no money to eat. Yes, you do. It's somewhere.
Well, it's like my pops used to say, what would you rather be? I am a college graduate or I is a millionaire?
I is.
Yeah, I is a millionaire.
I is a millionaire. I is a millionaire. But
what's this last one you talking about?
Mr. William H. Cosby.
Oh man,
it was the guy. Good old Bill.
Yeah. So
Bill.
For those who don't know, Bill Cosby has been released from Pennsylvania prison based off of a
out
error.
on bail, fresh out of jail. California dreaming.
Based off an error, essentially through the court. He basically had an immunity deal with the prior with a DA or something like that, and they said if you confess and say everything that happened, we'll give you immunity. And they I guess through like the court system, they're like, oh shoot, he's supposed to be out
because they wanted him to confess in order to pay out the lawsuits
and give up his civil claims and stuff. Yeah.
So they were like,
so
I can't believe he didn't get out sooner. Then did like his lawyer just forget, or did it take forever?
Maybe COVID slowed that down.
I don't know.
But there's been a mixed reaction. A lot of people believe that getting out means you're innocent. Getting out does not mean you're innocent.
No, it does not
It
at all.
does not at all.
Remember, R. Kelly got out the first time.
He confessed.
Do you have your passport?
You can say what you want about Bill Cosby and the impact he may have had on today's black culture. He confessed to those crimes.
And put in pops.
He confessed to dropping Quaaludes in people's drinks and having the sex with these women. Now, I'm going to be real. I didn't believe a lot of these women when they first came out. Because it just seemed fishy. He was trying to buy NBC, and then all of a sudden, he raped me. I ain't gonna lie.
All these white women. No,
that too.
No, I'm not gonna.
Now we're not
it's just-
condoning.
No, we're not
No.
condoning. But I didn't believe
This
it.
is a funny podcast.
Because it was one of them things where it's like that's the TV dad. That's what my parents grew up watching. I grew up watching because they grew up watching. So the last thing I'm trying to think is Mr. Huxtable out here drugging people.
Like
so I'm like,
someone
no,
told me-
there's no way. You're
Someone
lying.
told me Carl Winslow was. I would be like, hell
Yeah,
no,
it's like
he's a cop.
It's like, come on, it's like you out here lying.
CPD's finest.
For sure. So, but when he confessed, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's the
Yeah.
truth. And some celebrities were just acting like him being out meant that he was
Apparently,
innocent. No.
he didn't. When he confessed, he didn't confess to raping him. He confessed to that he did give him Quaaludes, but it was like everyone was doing Quaaludes.
It was the drug of the time.
we were all
Right.
doing. So it was like now, oh yeah, I gave him weed, or yeah, I gave him like 10
X
years
or
ago, I
something,
gave
yeah.
him Molly, yeah, or now I gave him a perk. It was like we were all doing it. We just happened to have sex afterwards.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was on it too.
Yeah.
Right,
So
just because you don't remember you consenting, and
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying. But
But
I'm not
still,
saying that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
yeah.
That's
We're-
not what that is.
We're
she's
not
not-
saying these
yeah.
women were lying.
If
We're
she's
saying
not
based off what we
sober,
heard.
she can't consent.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah.
that's
So
how I
that
feel
was a
about
different
that.
time,
Yeah.
so they didn't know that yet.
Yeah. No.
And go ahead.
Whether however many lied or not, one rape is always way too many.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
one rape is way too many. So
Yeah.
even if he was, oh no, I didn't do 40. Well, if you did one, at
Yeah.
least one, you deserve to be locked up.
He was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Like-
I mean, 60 women, only 5. You know, that's a good percentage. I'm
So
good.
I had mixed reactions. I'm like, well, I thought initially they were saying that he was found not guilty, but then it was like, oh no, this is just based off of a deal that he made.
Yeah,
And then-
technicality.
And then a technicality
The
within the
loophole.
courts. I'm like, oh, your people smart.
Yeah.
But there's an issue, fellas. Miss Felicia Rashad, Dean of Howard University at
Mrs.
HBCU,
Huxtable.
Mrs. Huxtable,
Stacked by her man.
got on the Twitter and was like, thank God, essentially, the miscarriage of justice has finally been solved. And people were like, you are a dean
That was a
Yeah.
hard
of
word to
black
use.
men and women
Yep.
at a university who are you're basically telling them
Would you say that's the biggest HBCU, Howard?
it's probably the most
Probably
known.
the most
Or at least the
famous.
most popular one?
Yeah, probably the most famous. And for you to go out of your to go out of your way to tweet that you're happy, not only are you happy that he's home, but justice has been properly served. When this man said that he gave these women these drugs,
Yeah.
and essentially whether or not it was a product of the time or whatever, he essentially confessed to doing the deed with these women under the influence. It looks bad regardless, whatever you want to
Yeah.
say.
I'm gonna shoot her a little bail, and maybe she was just like the wrongful or the way his jailing was handled. You know how he was getting beat up and thrown chicken sandwiches thrown at him. I mean, I can maybe see like,
think
And because
she-
he was
I-
blind.
yeah, because that's the only bail. I don't know if she's saying what she's saying, then that's
The
messed
way it
up.
sounds, it was like
Nah,
it
she just
sounded
said
like
it
she
just-
was saying these hoes was lying,
Yeah.
and my boy is out.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like when I read it, and it was like you're an educator now. Not only are you an educator,
You're the
still-
dean.
you're a dean. You're an influencer because you're still everybody's mom.
Huxtable.
You're still Mrs. Huxtable when we
Yeah.
see you.
You're still the
for-
lawyer.
For you to go out of your way,
It's
and
crazy. She's the lawyer.
for you to go out
The
of your
attorney.
way and to say that all these women were lying, as a woman, whether they was black, white, Mexican, whatever, as a woman to say that another woman is lying of being under the influence and then raped,
Yeah.
or however y'all want to word it, I can't speak on what Cosby did. All I can speak on is what we were presented.
Yeah.
That looks terrible.
Definitely.
You can't do that.
Yeah, at all.
Like, bro. And
There's no spinning that.
I thought she was gonna lose her job. What was
Yeah.
the outcome?
She backtracked. She gave a whole, the typical apology of I didn't say they were lying. I'm just saying this was wrong type of thing. The way I guess what G Baby said that they treated him wrong.
That's what I'm
and
I'm
then
gonna think.
I could
Maybe.
try to pull it up.
It sounds
but
good. I hope
now
that was.
she's
I
going.
hope that was the go
She's going
back.
through like sensitivity training as that pertaining to sexual assault and sexual harassment.
Okay, she said miscarriage of justice. That's
yeah.
a rough phrase.
That's a very tough-
rough phrase. to
Because
say.
what's so funny is that funny, haha, kind of stuff. She wasn't the only one. Like Eddie Griffin had a viral clip where he was talking about like
Eddie Griffin got blackballed from Hollywood.
Yeah, but he was talking about he felt that they was lying because he was like everybody was doing it, but all of a sudden the money run out. Yeah, the money run out, and you trying to buy NBC. Now it's an issue. Yeah. Now all of a sudden you don't remember or you feel bad about it. And then not only Judge Joe Brown was saying the same thing. Yeah, he had a clip that to go around. Mind you, these are older gentlemen, so it's a different.
So it's different. Like they different can speak mindset. On it. Yeah.
They was like, okay, now all of a sudden it's rape when everybody's taking the drugs and you walk into any room and everybody's doing anybody. And he was like, I don't believe it type of stuff.
She said when she came out, she was like, I fully support survivors of sexual assault coming forward. My post was in no way intended to be, my bad, I clicked on something else, to be insensitive to their truth. Personally, I know from friends and family that such abuse has lifelong residual effects.
Yes.
My heartfelt wish is for the healing.
Very, very good way to clean that up.
Yeah.
You got to clean that up.
And now she's going through sensitivity training for sexual assault and harassment.
I mean, I think that's only because it was a black school.
Yeah, Howard came out and they were like,
fire Felicia Rashad.
Howard basically came out and said that those are her thoughts. You know, when people are like, her thoughts are her thoughts and not the school's thoughts.
Yeah, but Felicia Rashad's thoughts do not reflect
But if you are the
actions
dean
of Howard,
of the school, it kind of makes it the school's thoughts.
Like, they put you on top for a reason. They agree with some of your mindsets.
Who's higher than you to make the apology statement?
Maybe the board of directors. But even then, like,
you're up there with
everything goes through you.
Y'all are sitting at that table.
Yeah, it's like a round table. Yeah. So like nobody's really above anybody else.
Right. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
So I mean, Fire Nation, let us know what y'all think about that. Like I said, it was a very hot topic when it first happened. It's still kind of like more or less going viral because a lot of people, like I said, are equating or equating getting out with being innocent. It's not the same thing. If they came out and said, if like all 60 of them girls came out and said we lied, then that's innocent.
That's different, yeah.
But they stood 10 toes down and was like, no, he did this. Like I said, it was very hard to believe that 60 women just all of a sudden had something to say, but they did, and you can't go out.
You can't go against it.
You can't go against it because it's like you can never say that a woman is lying about rape. You feel me? It was one of them things where it's like you just kind of gotta bite the bullet, and if he did it, he did it. So. I don't know. I'm curious where I don't know if he just kind of just lives the rest of his days out at the crib and just stays out the limelight because there's no way you can't go back out on the road. You must not get killed.
No, yeah, they was throwing chicken sandwiches.
Because all it takes is the wrong person who lost somebody to rape or somebody who suffered rape to run up on stage and end your life then and there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious what ends up happening. What do you guys see happening in regards to that?
I mean, he's probably gonna. In the old age, he'll go somewhere safer, but he's probably going to go back to jail.
You think so?
I think he's going to go back to jail.
No, I don't think so. I think it's over with. Because he almost did, because I think his sentence was 3 to 10 years, and he did 2.5. I think they're just going to be like, you know what, fuck it, let's...
They might just wash it.
Yeah, it's.
I can see it.
It's gonna be a tough situation. I don't completely know how that works out. I just hope that the right outcome
some sort of justice needs to get served.
Because that's
all that matters at this point.
For sure. Is there anything else we got before we get up out of here?
Nope, we have crossed out another docket list.
We thank you guys for tuning in per usual to the Friendly Fire podcast. This was a great episode.
Sorry if we got a little sluggish towards the end.
It was just one of them things where it's like, it's like you can't really. I don't want to make any jokes about rape.
Yeah,
you want to just address it for what it is.
Right? No, yeah, it's a serious topic. So
we wanted to make sure that we address everything from our perspective and our point of view.
Bill Cosby's still like tweeting up a storm. Well, not right now, but yesterday, Bill Cosby. He was talking about. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not him tweeting.
His page. His estate.
But yeah, they were like he was arguing against the media. He like tweeted a Malcolm X quote.
Oh no!
Everybody when they get out of some trouble, they want to start tweeting Malcolm
by any
Martin.
means necessary.
Like, come on, bro.
He tweeted, and I quote, this is Malcolm X's quote: "The media's most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make innocent guilty and make the guilty innocent, and that's power because they control the minds of the masses." And then he continued.
His people need to just be quiet. Like he needs to just stop. Like
everybody make sure
let him just die. Like let him just sit
that's
in
fucked up
his house.
to say, but yeah,
let him just sit in his house and just kind of just
Rico. I just want that motherfucker to cease existing, whatever at any cost.
It's not that I wish no death on Bill Cosby, but it's like y'all don't need to say nothing. Like give your initial statement that you happy he home, and then shut up.
Yeah, just
like,
let it go.
I don't want. He shouldn't be in the news until it's like. Bill Cosby, 19 whatever to 2020 whatever.
He's probably trying to like somewhat restore his image, But I mean, at this point, your image will be restored when you pass away, and then maybe like 5 years down the line, they'll be like, all right, he was Mr. Cosby. He was a good
It'll
dad.
cement
because
the
because
whole
like
show.
because TV Land never took none of his shows off. Like
He
never.
owns damn near everything on there.
So it's like whenever, like, as soon as everything went, I'm thinking, dang, like, Cosby Show, no, Cosby Show is not going on. They still advertise it. Like, oh, coming up next is the Cosby Show for a Cosby Show marathon.
Yeah.
They have no intention on getting rid of him
no,
from TV.
at all.
So it's like, I think Lil Bill may still come on Nickelodeon. Like, so
that show's fire.
they have no intention on getting rid of him money-wise. So it's like, you know,
Nah, he's a staple.
just sit down, collect
shut
your
up.
royalties, and shut up.
Yeah.
Like, your estate, shut up. Like,
Yeah.
nobody, because my thing is, it'd be different if he had, like, kids in the industry. He has no kids in the industry.
Yeah.
So it's like, everybody can just kind of
Like,
shut up and do their own
Like
thing.
you're done in the industry.
if you're Bill
Like,
Cosby,
you're done with it.
your kids should be set for if you
Yeah.
manage your money correctly.
Hey, you should be straight. But
We didn't talk y'all ear off. Though.
yeah, so
Let's-
we're going to let you guys go.
Yeah.
We thank you guys for tuning in per usual. If you guys have any questions you guys want to
Yeah.
ask us, you can DM us at friendly_fire on IG, or you can email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again,
Yeah.
friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Artists, send your MP3s of music you want to get played. If we like it, it's going at the end of our podcast. Simple
Yeah.
as that.
Even if you're an actor and got a little monologue and want somebody
Sure,
to hear
why
you,
not?
just send it.
Comedians
Just send it.
Cause-
Just send it.
Yeah,
We
send
ain't
it
doing
through.
nothing else.
We got you.
Yeah.
Send it through. We hope you guys have a blessed day. We hope
Yes.
that you guys enjoy listening.
Amazing day.
Per usual, I'm your boy Rico, my little big cousin G
Yeah.
Baby, Raul the Zookeeper, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
Love you,
Peace.
Selena Gomez.
Oh.